All right, friends, so for math today, I'm going to go super quick. As always, if you need me to pause, I can pause it for you. So you will need your math journal, and you're going to open it up to a brand new page, always a brand new page. And we're going to continue to work with area and perimeter, but we're going to add in another element of it. So today is the 3rd. We always write the date at the very top. I'm using green. Green means go, so you are copying down everything I'm writing in green. Our essential question for the day is, how can I use formulas for area and perimeter to solve this is a big word, multiplicative, make sure I'm spelling it right this time, comparison. Word. Problems. Ooh, that is a long EQ today. So I'm looking at Bazinga words, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5. So go ahead and pause real quick, get this written down, and then see if you can't figure out what those 5 Bazinga words are. All right, so we're back looking at those 5 Bazinga words. We've got formulas, and we've been talking about formulas in your math journal. If you go back, you can see a formula is a factor rule written with math symbols. So we've got area equals length times width, and the perimeter equals side plus side plus side plus side, however many sides they have. And then area and perimeter. Well, we already know those formulas for area and perimeter. So we know that area equals length times width. And we sometimes shorten that to A equals L times W. And remember, area is what is inside. We always say area is where the grass grows, perimeter is where the fence goes. And then perimeter, right now we've been working with rectangles, but sometimes you might have a shape that only has 3 sides, or it might have more than 4 sides. So it's however many sides it has. And so we shorten this to P equals S plus S plus S plus S. Good. So we're going to use these formulas for area and perimeter to solve multiplicative. That is a very big word. And then we have the word comparison word problems. So I'm going to slide this up. And remember, if I go too fast, pause it and catch up. We have the word multiplicative. Multiplicative kind of sounds like another word. It kind of sounds like the word multiplication. And it is just kind of like multiplying something. So more than one time. So if I have 3 and then 3 and then 3 and then 3, it'd be 3 times 4, because 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. And then comparison is another big word, and you might know it just as, sounds a lot like compare. So we're going to use multiplication to compare the areas and perimeters of different shapes. So it's as simple as that. Those big words are just going down into that. We're going to compare shapes using multiplication. So I'm going to show you a sample real quick before we write it down. I've got some cubes here. And so here is one cube, and we're going to say my cube is 1 centimeter long, 1 centimeter. Now, if I'm saying it is 3 times as long as it is wide, so I know it's 3 times as long. So here's 1. So then I know I need to have 1, 2, 3 to figure this one out. So this is a shape that would be 3 times as long as one of my cubes. Or if I had a cube right here and I said it was 4 times as long, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4. There's my shape that is 4 times as long because it is multiplying it by 4. Or maybe I start off with 2, just like that. And I say, ooh, my next shape is 3 times as long. Then, because I start with 2, I'm going to continue. And I'm going to put 2 right there. I said 3 times as long. So it's 1, 2, 3 of them set in together to make that shape. Or if I'm starting off with 2 and we say it's 4 times as long, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 times as long, and then we're going to slide them all together, and there's our shape. So friends, this is very, very simple. That you just did multiplicative comparisons right there, as easy as that. So we're going to get some of these notes down into our journal, and we might bring these cubes back in just a little bit. So we're going to start right here. If I'm going to have one rectangle, and we're going to say that this rectangle is 1 inch wide. So we know it's 1 inch here, and then we also know it's 1 inch here on the other side. And then we say this rectangle is 3 times as long as it is wide. So we know then that we're going to take this one rectangle, that's 1 inch, and we're going to say it's 3 times as long as it is wide. So we know if it's 3 times, we have to have 3 of these all together. So 1, 2, 3. And if it's 1 inch here, and then we also know that it is 1 inch, 1 inch, and then 1 inch. So all together, this side is 3 inches, and this side is also 1 inch. So all together, if we're going to find our area, which is our length times our width, so it's going to be 3 times 1, which we know is 3, and then unit is inches, so 3 inches squared. And you can see right here, we've got 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then our perimeter is going to be side plus side plus side plus side. So that's 3. I always like to mark them so I don't forget which ones I counted. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So then our perimeter is 8 inches. Bada bing, bada boom, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my page. You might need to turn yours as well. And we're going to look at this again, but we're going to extend it just a bit. And so I'm going to start off with 3 cubes. 3 cubes, just like that. And we want to make this 2 times as long. So starting off, we have 3 cubes. We know that it's 3 centimeters long. Oh, sorry, I switched to inches in the last one. We'll just go ahead and stick with inches. We say it's 3 inches long. But if I want to make it 2 times as long, I'm going to need 2 sets of these. So here's 1, and then here's 2. So you have 2 sets of them, and you put them together, and it's no longer 3 inches, it is 6 inches long, just like that. So we're going to jot this down into our notebooks too. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and we know each one of these is 1 inch. And then our side is also 1 inch. And we know that the area of this shape is going to be, this is 3 all together. 3 times 1, which is 3. And you can see, oop, 1, 2, 3. There's my 3 square inches right there. And then our perimeter is going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches. But now if we make this 2 times, we need to have 2 of them together. So I needed to add that other 3. So now our area is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1. And we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right in there. So 6 square inches. And then our perimeter, we're going to count around. So we know that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 inches all the way around, just like that. So we're going to slide down here. I'm going to skip through some of the things that we were going to do because we're going to try this word problem out. So let's get this word problem. And we're going to say, I'm just going to read it to you, and then I'll jot my notes down. Let me put a little like this, because we do something with our word problems. We pull out all those nuggets, we call. So we have our friend here, Christine. She's painting a mural. And so a mural is like a painting on a wall. Mr. Browder actually has a mural outside of the art studio. So it's a big painting on a wall. The area of this mural is 18 square meters. And the length is 6 meters. So we know the length going across is 6 meters. So now we need to figure out what is the width. So we want to know what that is of her mural. So pause what you're doing real quick and see if you can't figure that out. All right. Hopefully you've got that figured out. We will go over this tomorrow. Excuse me. Her next mural, so once you figured out the width right here, so we're going to put area equals 18 meters squared. Perimeter equals, we don't know. The length is 6 meters. And our width, we don't know that one. That's what we're trying to figure out. So her next mural is the same as this. She is quite the painter. She has been commissioned to paint another mural, but the length is the same, but it is 4 times as wide. 4 times as wide. So the length is the same. So it's still 6 meters, but it's 4 times as wide. And I'm not going to close this up because I don't know how wide it is. That's part of what we're trying to figure out. So you're going to have to figure out the width for this first problem in order to figure out what it's going to be for this one. So the area for this one, we don't know. The perimeter, we don't know. The length we know is 6 meters. The width we don't know, but we do know that it's 4 times as wide as her first mural. All right, friends, so this is what I want you to solve independently in your books, in your math journals. Do the best you can. You may ask grown-ups to help you with this. They can't do it for you, but they can help you, and we will go over this tomorrow. Thanks so much.